evening. You're watching The Right Stand with me, Poonam Burde. Ahead of Eid, BJP has announced its nationwide campaign to give underprivileged Muslim families a gift this festival. 32,000 Minority Morcha workers will be collaborating with thousands of mosques across the country to reach the needy. The Saugat-e-Modi campaign aims to distribute kits with clothes, with dry fruits, with vermicelli, with certain items of gifts as well, to at least 32 lakh Muslim families across the country. That was officially launched today. While the BJP called this campaign proof of its Sabka Saath mission, the opposition dismissed it as mere drama. The Saffron Party then said that there is a broader vision to all of this. They said that such campaigns will be running across the country for several other festivals through the year, and it wasn't just religion specific. But that wasn't enough to convince the BJP's political rivals. They linked it to the elections in Bihar, which are slated to be held later this year. They targeted the BJP for trying to fool the electorate, or that's the allegation that they made, that the people of this country were not going to be falling prey to these theatrics, as they called it, of the Saffron Party.
म्यूजिकल कार्यक्रम हुआ था, वो लखनऊ के इतिहास से जुड़ा है। कभी हम लोग भी कराते थे, तब बीजेपी के लोग कुछ और बोलते थे। वो जब आयोजन होता था सूफी म्यूजिक का, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग चिढ़ करके कुछ कहते थे।
अगर मुसलमान को सौगात देने की बात आई है तो मुसलमान को सौगात सुरक्षा की दें, मुसलमान को सौगात शिक्षा की दें, मुसलमान को सौगात सम्मान की दें, मुसलमान को सौगात रोजगार की दें। ये सौगात है मुसलमान के लिए। मुसलमान भिखारी नहीं है कि आप उसे भीख में चंद किट बांट करके उसे संतुष्ट कर देंगे।
उन्होंने सोचा है, शायद उसका पास स्टैटिस्टिक्स है कि कोई भी एक माइनॉरिटी की एक ही था एकलौता मिनिस्टर, उनको भी हटाया गया, तो ये ठीक नहीं हो रहा है। वोट के ऊपर असर पड़ रहा है, इसीलिए शायद उन्होंने ये सब कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये दिखावा है, ये आई वॉश है।
Now, in the recent past, the BJP and the Prime Minister personally have made several attempts to reach out to the minority community. Just last month, Prime Minister Modi participated in the Sufi music festival Jahan-e-Khusro here in the national capital. He showered praise on the Sufi tradition and on Amir Khusro. BJP Minority Morcha has brought on board at least 14,000 people associated with Sufi sites from across the country since 2022 up until now in 2025. Nearly 44 lakh Muslims have also enrolled with the BJP across the country, where the party had set a target to issue 10 crore new members in its recently held membership drive. In October 2023 in Lucknow, BJP's Minority Morcha organized a program under the Sufi Samvad Maha Abhiyan, where close to 200 Sufi saints from across 100 dargahs in the country were present and in attendance. In Uttar Pradesh, the BJP fielded at least 395 Muslim candidates, mostly Pasmanda Muslims, in the 2023 urban local body polls. At least 60 of them won, including 5 Nagar Panchayat chairpersons. The same year, Prime Minister Modi inaugurated a principal educational institute of the Dawoodi Bohra community in Mumbai. The Prime Minister said that he was attending this inauguration event as a family member and not as the Prime Minister of the country. He is known to have close ties with this community and has often attended such events in the past as well. In January 2023, Prime Minister Modi called upon BJP workers, BJP cadre to reach out to marginalized communities regardless of whether they vote for the BJP or not. Prime Minister Modi's instruction to the BJP back in 2022 was to reach out to Pasmanda Muslims in its two-day national executive meeting that was held in Hyderabad. In December 2019, after protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act, the BJP formed a panel as well. It was led by Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi to engage with Muslims across the country and try and dispel the misinformation that was being spread by the BJP's rivals. So the BJP now comes out and says that this kind of move or this kind of initiative or campaign that's being launched is a proof that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is not just a mantra for the party or for the government, but it is a mission statement on which they walk the talk.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी हमेशा ये कहते हैं कि मैं 140 करोड़ भारतीयों का पालक हूँ। त्योहारों में अभी ईद का त्यौहार आने वाला है, अभी रमज़ान चल रहा है, अभी बैसाखी आएगी, अभी गुड फ्राइडे आएगा, भारतीय नव वर्ष भी आ रहा है। तो इन त्योहारों पे हमने तय किया है कि जब हमारे अल्पसंख्यक मोर्चे कार्यकर्ता जाएंगे तो प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की तरफ से एक किट देंगे, जिसको हमने सौगाते मोदी कहा है।
सौगातों का अंबार तो मोदी जी पहले लगा चुके हैं, और जहां तक ईद और होली का प्रश्न होता है तो वो पहले ही प्रधानमंत्री का जो मंतव्य है ना, सबका साथ सबका विकास, सबके लिए प्रयास और सबका विश्वास था। इसीलिए कुंदरकी में 1 लाख से ऊपर, जहां 80% मुस्लिम हो, वहां बीजेपी का विधानसभा का प्रत्याशी उपचुनाव में 1 लाख से ऊपर जीतता है।
एनडीए को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि माइनॉरिटी के लोगों को पहले भी मिला है बिहार के अंदर, आज भी मिल रहा है।
Let's open this up. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, is with us. Digha Abbas, spokesperson of the Congress. Priyanka Bharti, spokesperson of the RJD, and political analyst Kailash Adhikari. Digha Abbas, let me begin by asking you. Today we had the opposition across the board come out and say that this is nothing but a mere eyewash, that this is just political drama by the BJP, which is not going to yield any results. So on one hand, the opposition has united to say that BJP and its allies and the RSS want a Hindu Rashtra, but when they reach out to the minority community, then that seems to be a problem as well.
Poonam, see, I want to remind BJP that what Indian Muslims need is the dignity, self-respect and the equal rights, not some charity wrapped in the free time election freebies. Now, I'd like to tell that I say this is because time and time again we have seen how BJP has continuously made hateful remarks against the community. They have bulldozed the homes of the BJP, snatched away their policies and their scholarships and continuously heckled with the community. And why I say this is because now when they are distributing the free kits among the Muslim community, we clearly know it is not a game of compassion but to buy a desperate attempt to buy the votes. Why I say this is because I have an entire full list of the schemes and policies which were either discontinued or they have done a cost cutting on the schemes and policies which were made in the UPA regime to uplift the minority community, starting from the pre-matric scholarship in which the students were given scholarship from class 1 to 8. They completely abolished it. Going on to the NAMF scholarship in which the fellowship was started to support the students aspiring for MPhil and PhD, they abolished it. The Udan, they abolished it. The Padho Pradesh in which the subsidies were given to the minority students to study abroad, it was completely abolished. The Hajj subsidy, it was completely abolished. And time again we have seen, Poonam, that how the sitting member of parliament and the member of legislative assembly from the Bharatiya Janata Party on record has disparaged the community by making hateful remarks, by calling them Atankwadi. One of them was a sitting member of parliament, and we have seen that how Bharatiya Janata Party's government later on gifted him the ticket against the sitting chief minister of the Delhi. So we have continuously seen that. Now what we need is the respect which we had in the time of the UPA, not what we have been snatched from after the 2014 when BJP has come in power. And also, like when you were running your story, you had played that how PM Modi, allow me to speak for 10 seconds ago, how PM Modi was attending programs like Sufi nights and all of that. I'd like to remind he's the same Pradhan Mantri who had spoken in the second phase of election of Lok Sabha that इनको आप इनके कपड़ों से पहचान लेंगे, ये ज्यादा बच्चे पैदा करते हैं, आपका मंगलसूत्र छीन लेंगे. These are the kind of statements which has come from the stature of the Prime Minister. I do
as far as the Mangalsutra comment is concerned, Nigat Abbas, I don't think the Prime Minister ever said that the Muslim community or the minority community was trying to do that. It was aimed at political rivals of the BJP.
It was a complete target. But let's be real, Poonam. Sure. Let's be real.
I mean, it's about attributing motives. It's about reading between the lines when probably none exist. But Sanju Verma, as far as the opposition is concerned, they say that you may be doing all of these schemes, you may be announcing these kind of campaigns, but that's like putting a band-aid where you need perhaps a surgery.
Poonam, first and foremost, let me start with one of my favorite Hindi adages. बर्बादे गुलिस्ता करने को बस एक ही उल्लू काफी था, यहाँ तो हर शाख पे उल्लू बैठा है, अंजामे गुलिस्ता क्या होगा. Now let me come to the moot point. I always say that, I will endorse what I have to say with hard facts. I'm not going to sit here and engage in baseless and reckless rhetoric and make arguments which do not make any coherent sense to your viewers. First and foremost, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi says sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka vishwas, sabka prayas, he's not engaging in any jumlebazi as the opposition would like everyone to believe. And the best example of that is this. 31% of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana allocated for minorities, especially Muslims. 33% of Ayushman Bharat the biggest beneficiaries are minorities, particularly Muslims. 37% of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, more than 25 lakh crore loans have been given, by the way. The biggest beneficiaries are minorities, particularly Muslims. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, 36% allocation for minorities, especially Muslims. And these data points can be verified in the archives of the Finance Ministry. I don't have the habit of sitting and giving wrong data. क्योंकि कुछ बोलना है तो कुछ भी बोल के निकल जाओ. That's not the way I function. Now let me also say this. In the last 10 or 11 years of the Modi dispensation, more than 27,000 minority students have been given scholarships for higher studies, and at the mid and primary level, more than 110 million. 110 million का मतलब है 11 crore students from minority communities, particularly Muslims, at the primary and secondary level have availed of government scholarships, and the allocation is 4 times higher than what Manmohan Singh did from 2004 to 2014. तो पहली बात तो ये है, आंकड़े साबित करते हैं कि मुसलमानों के लिए जितना प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व के तहत हुआ है, that never happened in the previous 6 or 7 decades. Now the second point that I want to say, I feel that educated Muslims are the biggest, wrongdoers. They do a great disservice to their entire community. यहाँ बैठकर टीवी डिबेट पर प्रोग्रेसिव होने का भाषण और ढकोसला करने की बजाय, let me ask, how many Muslims actually supported, and so-called progressive Muslims supported the Modi government when we decided to make instant triple talaq illegal and unconstitutional? टीवी डिबेट पर बैठकर मॉडर्निटी का जामा पहनकर सबका साथ सबका विकास की दुहाई देने वाले एक्चुअली दे हैव पेड लिप सर्विस टू मुस्लिम्स फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम. जमीन पर उतरकर यदि मुसलमानों की भलाई के लिए किसी ने काम किया है तो वो मोदी सरकार ने. आई विल जस्ट एंड बाय सेइंग दिस, पूनम, देयर वर 2 famous committees set up by the Congress party to ensure the improvement of the lot of Muslims. One was the Ranganath Mishra committee and one was the Rajendra Sachar committee. And there was one thing common between both these committees. Ranganath Mishra committee और Rajendra Sachar committee दोनों ने एक ही बात कही, that 94.7% Muslims under successive Congress regimes did not even have access to basic clean drinking water. आज चाहे उज्ज्वला योजना हो या जल जीवन मिशन हो या मुद्रा योजना हो या पीएम किसान योजना हो या पीएम फसल बीमा योजना हो, ये देखकर एलोकेशन नहीं की जाता कि भाई सर के ऊपर क्या गोल टोपी है या चेहरे पर बुर्खा लगा हुआ है. These schemes, the welfare,
sure, and these welfare schemes are they're meant for all communities. They're not meant for specific communities. And this particular campaign, Priyanka Bharti, is also not just for Eid or for the Muslim community. It's meant for several other festivals through the year, is what the BJP says. But why is the RJD or the opposition linking this to elections in a state which are not going to happen for at least 6 months from now?
BJP talking about Muslims is so humorous. Anyone can laugh on them. Because if I talk about data, Human Rights Watch has published a report which says that Mr. Modi made Islamophobic comments in one of 110 campaign speeches, followed by Ajay Bisht, who made 89 Islamophobic comments, followed by Amit Shah, who made 58, and in which UP topped. So what Modi will deliver is in the future. But what he has already delivered is seen by whole nation. He has delivered hate speeches. He has delivered garlanding of rapists who raped Bilkis Bano. He has given a saugat in the parliament, saugat of abusing a minority MP by Ramesh Budhuri. No one has forgotten that. He has given a saugat of abolishing MANF, Manav Scholarship, Fellowship, which was given to PhD scholars, MPhil scholars. That is what he has done. And it is not the first time that PM Modi or his ministers have made hatred speeches against Muslims. They have done it with Dalits. They have done it with Adivasis. They have done it with women. I will just quote what Mr. Modi himself wrote in his book, Karma Yogi, because I want to be very specific about it. He wrote, I do not believe that they, manual scavengers, have been doing this job just to sustain their livelihood. Had this been so, they would not have continued this job generation after generation. At some point of time, somebody must have got enlightenment that this manual scavenger duty to work is for happiness of the entire society and the gods. So here the Prime Minister is justifying manual scavenging and mocking the experiences of Valmiki community. Here is the anti-Dalit mindset of PM. So I am just saying is that he has almost all the time to time reflected what BJP thinks about minorities, what BJP thinks about Dalits. Because recently, if I talk about one of his MLAs from UP, he made a comment: whoever says Jai Bhim is Gaddar, whoever says Jai Bhim, wo gunda hota hai. And we have also seen Amit Shah ji mocking our Baba Saheb Ambedkar, saying Ambedkar mat karo. So this is what BJP thinks about minorities. This is how much they are concerned about minorities, about Dalits, about Adivasis, about OBCs, because they have done nothing for us. They think that we are here for charity. We are not here for charity. We are here for jobs. And
but why is it charity when the BJP does it, Priyanka Bharti? Why is it not charity when the opposition does it? I mean, are such campaigns not run by the opposition? Are there not quotas for minorities as recently as being announced by one of your allies in Karnataka? Is that not charity then?
It was not. See, reservations are in any form not a form of charity. They are.
But reservation reservation based on religion is not allowed as per the constitution.
Obviously, it cannot be allowed. That's why we, the party of RJD,
the Telangana government announcing crores of rupees for iftar is not charity as per you. Is that what you're saying?
What? I couldn't hear your question.
Crores of rupees allocated by the Telangana government by one of your allies, the Congress. Nighat Abbas is here as well, and she used the word charity too. The Telangana government doing that for iftar parties, for iftar for the Muslim community, is that not charity?
Obviously,
or is it okay? Is it okay if the opposition does it, but it's not if the BJP does it?
The whole India has seen that there is not a single minister in the cabinet of Mr. Modi. That is what they are doing. So everyone knows what is their motive for the minorities. Tell me, is there a single Muslim leader present right now in the cabinet of Mr. Modi? Just show me.
Okay, Sanju Verma, quick rebuttal before I get in Kailash Adhikari as well. He's been patiently waiting.
Yeah. You know, Poonam, first and foremost, let me categorically dispute what the RJD spokesperson said. Prime Minister Narendra Modi never garlanded the Bilkis Bano rapists. Shame on this woman for lying brazenly with impunity on national television. Shut up.
BJP leaders did, Poonam.
Okay, let's try and keep this civil and not. Okay, so I request all my panelists to keep this civil. Let's not speak over each other. I'll give everyone their time to rebut. Priyanka Bharti, I'll come to you. I'll give you your time to rebut.
Yes. I did not heckle her. Let her show courtesy.
Go ahead, Sanju Verma.
And you know, Poonam, let me just say one thing. I, as the national spokesperson, have been asked on a zillion debates. Do you support what Ramesh Bidhuri had to say about a Muslim leader on the floor of the parliament? बिना हिचकिचाए मैंने कहा, जो रमेश बिधूरी ने कहा वो गलत था. मुझे बिल्किस बानो के बारे में पूछा गया, मैंने कहा जो हुआ था वो गलत हुआ था. I want to tell the RJD, चारा चोर लालू यादव के प्रवक्ता सुनिए काम छोड़कर,
चोर की प्रवक्ता जाहिल गवार अगर इस तरह की भाषा इस्तेमाल करेगी,
okay, such kind of language and this kind of heckling does not take the debate anywhere. It digresses from the subject at hand. Priyanka Bharti, just a second, please. I'll give you your time. 10 seconds, Sanju Verma.
Thank you. No, Poonam, I did not heckle anyone when the
Go ahead,
Prime Minister
Sanju Verma,
was being
please.
abused.
Yes.
Yes, so can I get my time, please? आप यदि गलत इल्जाम लगाएंगे सुनना भी सीखिए. डिबेट में सिर्फ आकर बोलना नहीं है. Blah 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 blah. I'm not here to listen to your blah blah. Now let me say one thing, Poonam. I always say that being Hindu, being a proud Hindu, does not mean you have to be an Islamophobe. And I personally believe if you have the guts to condemn what happened to a Junaid Khan, what happened to a Pehlu Khan, what happened to a Tabrez Ansari, you should also have the guts to condemn what happened to Shah Bano in 1985-86. A poor Muslim woman was denied a monthly alimony of a mere 179 rupees because Rajiv Gandhi, he completely revoked the Supreme Court verdict on this. And this Congress party, which is today Muslim League 2.0, Shah Bano ke saath jo hua, उसको भूलकर आज अपीजमेंट पॉलिटिक्स का खेल खेलते हुए नरेंद्र मोदी को पाठ पढ़ाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। बट आई ऑलवेज से जनता जनार्दन, चुनावी जीत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। एंड संभाजी नगर विद अ 67% मुस्लिम इलेक्टोरेट, this time Atul Moreshwar Save was declared an MLA, a BJP MLA from Sambhaji Nagar, defeating guess whom? Imtiaz Jalil of AIMIM. And
Sure, so
again
there's
in
something
Kundali.
that must be resonating with people on ground.
Absolutely.
The political narrative will continue, but Kailash Adhikari, is there such thing as altruism in politics? I mean, the expectation is that some of these decisions, some of these campaigns will bear political dividend, isn't it?
You know, Poonam, firstly, once the BJP government came to power in 2014, from day one, their plank has been Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And it's been 11 years, the third term of the BJP government, and they have time and again proved that all their policies, all the steps that are taken by the government, be it the state governments where they are in power or the central government, or the initiatives taken by the Honorable Prime Minister, it is towards the entire, for each and every citizen of India, irrespective of their caste, creed or religion. And now, because we are entering into a phase where we will celebrate the festival of Eid, naturally the government, continuing with its flank of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, has organized the Saugate-e-Modi, which is naturally a very big step. And now the opposition who are trying to look at it as, you know, as an attempt to woo or as an attempt of bartering khairat is very frivolous in nature. Look at the kind of growth that the country has seen over the past 11 years. And it is not a growth that is related to only Hindus. Now, if people have, if employment has risen, if the economy has risen, if India has become the 5th largest economy, if India is going to be the 3rd largest economy by 2029, then we all are the beneficiaries. Jab Jan Dhan Yojana आई, तब उसमें सभी के खाते खुले हैं. And data predicts that from 71 to 93% of Muslims have benefited from Jan Dhan Yojana. आज अगर डिजिटल इंडिया है, आज अगर यूपीआई पेमेंट ऐप है, अगर आज आप कोई भी सर्विस एक फ्रॉम द क्लिक ऑफ अ बटन और अफोर्डेबल इंटरनेट हुआ है, तो वो किसी एक हिंदू के लिए नहीं हुआ है, वो सबके लिए हुआ है. ये शायद हम भूलते हैं. एंड यू नो व्हाट इज द हार्ड ट्रूथ व्हिच आई कैन जस्ट इन वन सिंपल लाइन आई लाइक टू से, prior to 2014, the party which has ruled the most in this country, believe it or not, the only thing that they have done is to exploit the minority community for their own political benefit. आपने उनको जहां थे वहीं रखा या और गरीब कर दिया ताकि आपके डिसाइसिव पॉलिटिक्स के वो हमेशा शिकार बने, क्योंकि पढ़ लिख के अगर आगे बढ़ जाएंगे तो आपकी डिसाइसिव पॉलिटिक्स उन्हें पता चल जाएगी एंड फिर वो आपके लिए वोट नहीं करेंगे. जितने आप उन्हें अंधकार में रखेंगे, जितनी भी ये रीजनल पार्टीज है इंडिया अलायंस की, जितने आप एक माइनॉरिटी को अंधकार में रखेंगे, उन्हें अच्छी तालीम नहीं देंगे, उन्हें पढ़ने की अच्छी सुविधाएं नहीं देंगे, जब तक आप उन्हें इक्वल नहीं ट्रीट कराएंगे तब तक वो आपके शिकंजे में आते रहेंगे.
But Kailash Adhikari, speaking of that
आप उन्हें बताएं कि वो माइनॉरिटी है, वो भारत के नागरिक है.
But Kailash Adhikari, the criticism of the opposition is that they are not being treated as equals.
मैं, संजू जी, प्रियंका जी, मैडम जो यहाँ पे बैठी है, हम सब भारत के नागरिक हैं.
But Kailash Adhikari, the criticism of the opposition is that Muslims are not treated on par. It's that these schemes are an eyewash, which is the allegation.
उन्होंने नहीं, एलिगेशन तो उन्होंने बोल दिया तो हो गया. क्या तथ्य है? क्या तथ्य है कहने पे? जो ये कहते हैं कि ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर के कैबिनेट में माइनॉरिटीज नहीं है या नहीं है. Your while we are in this broadcast over the past 22 minutes, I can see on your screen the entire data that you have broadcasted for the audiences, be it Kerala, Delhi, Meghalaya or Nagaland, the kind of minority people from the minority communities that the BJP has shielded. मुझे तो ये शब्द minority से भी नफरत है. क्यों किसी को minority बुलाना? When Honorable Prime Minister treats each and every one, all the 140 crore Indians as his own sons or daughters, तो ये क्या है majority और minority? जब ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड द पार्टी एट सेंटर डज नॉट बिलीव इन सब शब्द, ये माइनॉरिटी शब्द को हम किस एंगल से लेके जा रहे हैं और इसकी परिभाषा क्या है?
Priyanka Bharti, I see your hand going up, but speaking of Bihar, and I want to bring in the elections once again. First of all, the elections are far away, but there is dynamics at play. The entry of AIMIM the last time around, well, their MLAs may have switched over to RJD in between and gained strength to the RJD, but the dynamics between the RJD and the Congress, all of that is also problematic as far as the state of Bihar is concerned. Is that something that concerns the RJD? Do you think the BJP can actually give you that kind of fight with moves like this? Is that why we're seeing the responses that we're seeing from the RJD today?
most of the it was just yesterday's news that most of the Muslims have boycotted the iftar party organized by JDU, organized by BJP, organized by Chirag Paswan. They have boycotted it because they know that what thinking and what ideas against Muslims these people have in mind. In the Indian history, for the first time, BJP does not have a single Muslim MP either in Rajya Sabha or in Lok Sabha. Just forget cabinet. They don't have a single MP. That's what I'm talking about. And when Sanju Verma and the analyst sitting here, first of all, I'll talk about the analyst. He said that सभी पढ़े लिखे होने चाहिए तभी देश का विकास होगा. I totally agree. And what BJP spokesperson contradicted him right here, right now. She said all those Muslims minorities who are well read, who are literate, who are educated, are more threat to the nation. Right now, she mentioned this point. So just read between the lines. For our Muslims who are well read, who are well educated, are threat for the nation.
I don't think that's what Sanju Verma was trying to hint at. But there are attempts that are being made to try and twist the narrative, as we've seen in political discourse, as we're seeing this time around as well. Whether there is going to be any impact electorally for the BJP or otherwise because of this, we'll have to wait and watch when elections do happen in Bihar. But unfortunately, I'm completely out of time, so I have to leave it there. I thank you all for joining us here on this edition of The Right Stand. It is time for a quick break, but on the other side, we have an exclusive conversation as Anand Narasimhan sits down with former Army Chief General M.M. Naravane on his journey from being the nation's top general to now an author.